Welcome to Njenje Media Channel. This is a channel where we explore the truth behind the headlines. I am Mike Udenta. Federal government should permit me to go to United Kingdom and speak with Nnamdi Kanu to drop the Biafra Agitation. Orji Kalu, the former governor of Abia State. Senator Orji Kalu has asked the federal government of Nigeria to give him permission to fly to the United Kingdom to speak with the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, in the person of Nnamdi Kanu, to drop his agitation. In a statement he made in Abuja yesterday, being Tuesday, Kalu expressed confidence that he can convince Nnamdi Kanu to drop the agitation for Biafra. The Senate whip said, in reaction to the recent altercation between members of Indigenous People of Biafra and the security personnel in Enugu, I am an ardent believer in unified Nigeria. Nigeria are so entrenched with each other that we can talk about separation. We are a unified country, and our focus should be taking advantage of our population to build a strong economy. People, how do you see this nonsense, arrant nonsense that this man is talking about? Now, the question we at Njenje Media will have for Orji Kalu is as follows. When Igbo youths were killed in Enugu, what did Orji Kalu say? Did he condemn it, or because were those kids not his children? He's talking about speaking to the federal government. We ask him, when was the last time he spoke to the federal government regarding his constituency? This is a man who is a senator of the Federal Republic who sits in Abuja. Njenje Media will ask him, what has he done? How many bills has he proposed to affect the lives of the people that voted for him anyway? Who did vote for him? We don't know those that voted for him. All we know is that he has been there and he is the one not representing them rightly. Look at this again. Orji Kalu is asking the federal government to permit him to go to London. Again, go to London for what? Go to London to speak to Nnamdi Kanu. Have we seen this level of Iberiberism? Do you need to go to London to speak to Nnamdi Kanu? What have you said since you've been a senator and your people are being oppressed? What have you said, a senator? We at Njenje Media are so disappointed. This is a man that was convicted, a man that was supposed to be in jail, languishing, is telling us that he wants to go to London to speak to Nnamdi Kanu. When he needed to speak, he formed deaf and dumb and he couldn't speak. People, Igbo youth, were shot in Emene. What did he say? What did he do? At least we saw people like Mazezo, who put their faces with a collection of others who condemned those acts. And here we have Orji Kalu. He cannot say anything, but he wants to go to London to speak to Nnamdi Kanu. Anyway, we don't take him serious. If not, it's the best advice to Nnamdi Kanu will be to avoid Orji Kalu. Orji Kalu is no good. A man that governed Abia State for 8 good years. Today, go to Aba. Go to Aba, you'll be crying. You ask yourself, how did Aba get to this level of mess? How did Aba get to this level of mess? It didn't start from him, from Okeze Bazo. It started from during the time of Kalu, when after he finished, he passed over the ball to Orji. And Orji was complaining that Orji Kalu was taking too much money away from Abi. Well, we didn't call him thief before, but the moment the court of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria convicted him, we can call him a thief. Orji Kalu is a mere thief, and here he's talking about Biafra, that he needs to speak to Nnamdi Kanu to drop the agitation of Biafra. And this is what we want to be listening this time and age. Senator Orji Kalu, he said he asked the federal government of Nigeria to give him permission to fly into United Kingdom to speak to Nnamdi Kanu. And you ask yourself, when did you start needing those permissions too? Did federal government give you permission when you met Nnamdi Kanu in Kuje prison? Did federal government give you permission when you've been flying and junketing around everywhere around the world? When you went for hospital treatment in Wiesbaden in Germany, did federal government give you that? Why suddenly you now want federal government to grant you permission to? Is all this nonsense you're talking, is it geared towards 2023, your 2023 presidency ambition that you have? Please leave Biafra, or rather leave the agitation of self-determination out of this. You are never an activist. You have never done anything to protect the life of your people. You never spoke up when it mattered. Now we don't need you. Go. If you want those that want to support you, let them support you. But we at Njenje Media have said that we will not. What manner of ex-governor is this? A man that cannot speak when his people are being terrorized, when his people are being killed. But here he's telling us that he wants to go to London to go and speak to Nnamdi Kanu. And see the insult in the video, in the press release is actually, which was said in Abuja, said in a statement he made in Abuja on Tuesday that Kalu expressed confidence that he can convince Kanu to drop the agitation for Biafra. How can he convince him? How? Does water and oil mix together? How can you convince him? How can you on this earth convince anybody? We have not, people, the adage says that from the taste, from the smell of a fart, you can imagine how a shit would taste. So we have seen all your antecedents. How can you possibly convince anyone with their right thinking sense that you're going to be able to convince Nnamdi Kanu to join you in what? Have you been able to convince Buhari? Have you been able to convince the one in Aso Rock today to do anything for Ndibo, to even speak good of them, to even treat them as human beings, have you ever convinced even Buhari to say that Boko Haram should stop killing people? Has he ever spoken? In the midst of all these things happening, what the government just did is to increase fuel pump price. Have you ever said anything? You are busy collecting the monies they pay you in Abuja. And the people you've gone to Abuja to represent are there, wallowing in abject poverty and dying every single day. Orji Kalu, if you don't know, there are people in Abia State that can no longer go to farm. What have you to their farms? What have you done about it? Have you spoken to the president about it? No, you don't know. If you don't know, we will tell you. Don't you know there are people in Abia State, your own state, the state that you were born in, the state that you govern, that can no longer go to farm? What have you done about it, Orji Kalu? We ask you at Njenje Media. All you want is they should give you the opportunity to go and speak to him. Well, the flight has opened. Coronavirus is no longer in the air as it were before. Please, by all means, go to London. You can meet Nnamdi Kanu at London Bridge. Discuss with him, and let's see how it turns out. How can a man who have received so much from a people be this silly? Orji Kalu, you want to go. You want to go to London to speak to Nnamdi Kanu, and we say how? Have you ever been any part of any agitation? The Nigerian state is not working, has not worked, and will not work. What we are saying, it is, if you don't know Orji Kalu, we can now redefine and tell you that once more. On this channel, what we demand is a return to Aburi Accord or a total dismemberment of Nigeria. Let all the component units be on their own. Let the Oduduwa nation be on their own. Let the Igbo nation be on their own. Let the Ijaw nation be on their own. Let every single people be on their own. Is that too much to ask? And you say you want to convince people to drop their agitation and stay with one Nigeria. One Nigeria how? Has one Nigeria helped anyone apart from those that have been benefiting and stealing from the system like you? We can comfortably call you a thief because a court of competent jurisdiction has said that you are one. Orji Kalu, have you returned the money you stole from Abia State people? And you want to talk about going to London? Please, first of all, go back and return the money the court said that you stole from Abia State people. Until you do so, we will not take you serious. Once more, this is Mike Udenta. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. We will endeavor as much as possible to stick with facts. On this channel, we deal with facts. We expose facts. Here, we look at the hidden things behind the headlines you read every single day. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon that anytime we upload new video, you'll be among those to receive it first. Once more, I remain Mike Udenta. Remain blessed.